So previously when we reviewed DALL-E 3 was months ago, and since then there are lots of new features and upgrades DALL-E 3 has introduced, which includes a new perfect prompt formula through which you can go ahead and create astonishing images. Like in this video, we're going to talk about human portraits, realistic images, landscapes, anime characters, abstracts, logo designs, and film style images. So yeah, let's just go ahead and explore the new redesigned DALL-E 3 and see how good it has become. Alright guys, so here I am in the website of DALL-E 3. So yeah, last time when we reviewed a DALL-E 3 was months ago, and since then the website has completely reorganized, where you can see we have the options now to create either caricatures, all panning, candy, hand-drawn fairy tale, and with that you can go ahead and refresh that and get as many options as you want with just this one click, which is really cool, and that we'll be testing out in our future videos. And not only that, you also get the option to choose your aspect ratio, which is now in square, either widescreen or vertical, which makes it a lot easier to create, your desired images with DALL-E 3, right? And the other feature that you get now is if you go ahead and create images, so now you have the option to simply edit, right? So here where you get the paintbrush, and let's just say I want to go ahead and remove clouds from here. So I'm going to simply, in-paint my clouds from here. So let's just go ahead and do that. And after that, it's going to ask me to edit my selection. So let's just say I type over here that I want the clouds to be purple, all right? And if I send this message, we're able to completely reorganize my images based on the output. So yeah, now you guys can see my sky or cloud is purple, all right? So yeah, with these type of little bit of editing, you can go ahead and simply change your images after you have created them with DALL-E 3, which is a really, really cool feature. So also, if you talk about the prompt formula, like how we used to write prompts, so now it has changed drastically in DALL-E 3 as well. So yeah, let's just say in this example, I went ahead and simply typed in a prompt like photograph of a woman in her 70s, and it simply, told me like I can create a digital image of a woman in her 70s. Please let me know if there are any specific details like you would like to include, such as her clothing style, setting style, any other characteristics. So yeah, straight away is basically ChatGPT encourages you to give more and more options, more and more characteristics for your images to get the desired output. So yeah, that means there should be a proper prompt formula, right? So based on my testing, I basically finalized the perfect prompt formula to create images in DALL-E 3, which is, first of all, you need to go ahead and provide your image type, then your subject, then the features of your images. Then if you're talking about like human portraits or human characters, so you can add clothing if needed. Then you need to provide your setting, your mood or color, and finally your style, right? So this will be the perfect prompt formula to create astonishing images with DALL-E 3. Like I'm going to show you the example. So let's just say, first of all, I type in a simple prompt in DALL-E 3 without my prompt formula, which is going to be portrait of a young woman with long curly hair. So it's going to provide me with the simple image, which I don't know, like either I wanted that to be realistic or in like sketchy style or like in oil painting style. So it basically generated by its own, right? So I'm not exact, or you can say precise with my prompting, and I don't know whether I want this image or not. So like honestly, I'm not very much liking this image. So now if we go ahead and do that instead with our prompt formula, which will basically include everything that I just told you, that was image type, subject, features, clothing, setting, mood, color, style. So now we have imagine a portrait of a young woman with long curly hair, all right, and captivating green eyes. So this basically tells us the features of our character, right? So she's wearing a summer dress. So our basically image type is going to be portrait, okay? So then comes our subject, which is young woman. And then we have the features, curly hair and captivating green eyes. And then we have clothing, right? So we are talking about human characteristics. So she's wearing a light summer dress. And then the setting is beach at sunset, okay? And the mood, now comes the mood is filled with warm hues, and the style is reminiscent of an impressionist painting, right? So now we have everything that we wanted in our prompt formula. So now if we go ahead and generate this image now, so this is the final image, you guys. So this is absolutely perfect impressionist painting, right? So this looks like a painting. Previously, our image was like really, really dull. We didn't know like what exactly we're looking for, but now, with the help of few characteristics, so we have long curly hair, captivating green eyes, you guys can see. She's wearing a light summer dress. Setting is beach at sunset, everything we wanted, and it is a painting, right? So yeah, this image looks really, really good. So that's exactly how our prompt formula performs, right? Which is absolutely crazy. Let's take one more example just to explain a little bit more about the prompt formula. So let's just say I provide a simple prompt without my prompt formula first of all, which is going to say landscape featuring a majestic mountain range with snow-capped peaks. And with that, it's going to provide me these images, right? So that doesn't look that bad, to be honest. The images look really great. We have a lot of clarity, a lot of perfectionism in that. But, again, we don't know what exactly we wanted, whether we wanted like, a more green style into that, like whether the sky is accurate. So for that, we're going to provide in our perfect prompt formula, which is now is going to extend and say, picture a landscape featuring a majestic mountain range with snow-capped peaks and dense pine trees. The scene is set at dawn. So yeah, we wanted dawn, right? Filled with cool blues and rendered in a realistic style. So now we have everything that we wanted in a prompt formula. So now if we go ahead and generate this image, so now this is the result we got. Like this is absolutely crazy. So now the scene is set at dawn, filled with cool blues, and yeah, the images turned out absolutely perfect. You guys can see that's exactly what we wanted. The render style is very, very realistic. The scene is set at dawn. So everything is to the mark, right? So yeah, that's exactly how our prompt formula performs, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do some fun part in DALL-E 3. We're going to go ahead and create some use cases, which is going to include realistic human portraits, realistic images, landscapes, anime characters, abstracts, logo design, and film style images. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and test each of them one by one by using the option that we get in DALL-E 3 as well, along with the aspect ratio option as well. All right, so yeah, first of all, let's just go ahead and see how DALL-E performs in creating realistic human portraits. So yeah, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and type in my prompt in DALL-E 3. Which says, envision a realistic portrait of an elderly man with a deep-set eyes and a weathered face and all the important details according to our prompt formula. And the aspect ratio, let's just say I want that as widescreen, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click on widescreen. So it will add wide aspect ratio into that. And let's just see if we can go ahead and choose any style from here. So I'm going to refresh that. All right, doesn't see any. Okay, let's do once again. All right, so I think we are good with the style. So let's just go ahead and create and see how it performs in realistic human portraits, okay? All right, guys, so take a look at these images. Wow, these look absolutely perfect. So we have a perfect aspect ratio, which is 16:9 now. And we have a realistic portrait of an elderly man with the deep set eyes and a weathered face. So yeah, it's full of life stories. It's wearing a vintage suit, you guys can see. The setting is cozy studying room filled with books. The mood is warm and everything, you guys can see. The images turned out really, really good, especially the second one. Wow. The background, the portrait effect, the depth effect, everything looks up to the mark, right, you guys? All right, so next, let's just go ahead and see how DALL-E 3 performs in creating realistic images. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and take an example of a bustling city street. So yeah, first of all, I'm going to type in my prompt, then choose my aspect ratio, which obviously for the kind of a landscape or realistic image I'm looking for is going to be widescreen once again. And yeah, for the style, let's just say I want to go ahead and choose some kind of neon lights. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do neon lights. Let's just go ahead and create this image and see how it looks. All right, guys, here we go. Wow, this is absolutely perfect. So now we have a realistic image of a bustling city street at dusk, and we also have the style neon lights in that, as you guys saw. And the widescreen aspect ratio turned out absolutely perfect. Everything is to the mark. And if you take a look at the second image, so yeah, this one is really, really good. Yeah, everything is to the mark. Especially you can see the reflection in the water. That is really, really accurate. And yeah, everything turns out absolutely crazy. I'm really much amazed by how good this prompt formula performs now with DALL-E 3. DALL-E 3 is completely revolutionized, you guys. You guys should absolutely try this. Okay, so next, we're going to go ahead and see how DALL-E 3 performs in creating realistic landscapes, which is going to be, imagine a realistic landscape of a serene lake surrounded by autumn trees. The features include a mirror-like water surface, colorful fall foliage, and all this important details. So let's just go ahead and see that. And for the aspect ratio, of course, the landscapes are always in 16:9. So we're going to choose widescreen. And for the style, let's just go ahead and see if we find any in that. Okay, so I really like the high contrast one. Okay, so I'm going to include that, and let's just go ahead and send this message and wait for the output, okay? All right, so take a look at these images. Wow. So we have perfectly highly contrast images of a realistic landscape of serene lake surrounded by autumn trees, you guys can see. All right, the sunset, everything is to the mark. Colorful fall foliages are there. Small wooden dock, you guys can see right over here. The setting is peaceful sunrise and the mood is filled with warm autumn colors, right? So yeah, these images look really, really good, especially the second one. Wow, this look absolutely perfect, right, you guys? Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and see like how we're gonna go ahead and use DALLE 3 for our anime characters. So for that, I'm gonna type in my prompt, visualize an anime character, a young warrior with a spiky hair and a determined eyes. Is wearing a traditional samurai outfit, and the setting is a cherry blossom forest, right? So let's just go ahead and select aspect ratio as square, or let's do vertical. All right, vertical is gonna be good. And for the style, let's just find if you see any anime over here. All right, we do have anime. Let's just go ahead and send message and wait for the output, okay? All right, guys, so take a look at these images. Wow, this looks really, really good, right? So we have a young warrior with a spiky hair, determined eyes, wearing a traditional samurai outfit. The setting is cherry blossom forest, you guys can see. And yet the mood is intense, right? With a color palette of bold reds and soft pinks. You guys can see bold reds and soft pinks. So yeah, our aspect ratio, the anime style, everything turned out absolutely perfect. So you guys can like literally take an idea how well the DALL-E has become now. Every image, everything is just to the mark, right? Okay, so next, we're gonna go ahead and see as well how it performs for abstract. So I'm gonna type in my prompt, think of an abstract image composed of swirling patterns and vibrant color. The feature includes spiral waves and orbs, all the important detailed. Aspect ratio, let's just do square. And the style, I'm gonna go ahead and find abstract if I do in that. Okay, no abstract right now. Let's just go ahead and do that as it is and wait for the output, okay? Alright, so take a look at these images, right? Swirling patterns, vibrant colors, spiral, waves, orbs, everything is over here. And yeah, the images, the abstract is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so next, let's just go ahead and discover a very cool use case over here, which can be logo design, right? So yeah, and specifically the logo design are going to be with text. So I'm going to type, conjure up a logo design for a coffee shop named Brew and Bean. So this will be our text, which is in our inverted comma. So you need to make sure that the features include a streaming coffee cup and coffee beans and all the important details. Aspect ratio, I'm going to choose square. Let's just hit enter and wait for the output. Alright guys, so take a look at this. Wow, the first logo is absolutely perfect. We have brew and beans, really, really good, to the mark. The text is absolutely right, as well as coffee shop. And we have a circular badge design. The mood is rustic. And the second image, just a little bit of a spelling mistake into that, but we can go ahead and easily do that with the edit option that we can see right over here. So I'm going to say remove this we and make it correctly. And inverted commas, I'm going to write brew once again, okay? Alright guys, so here we go again. It put like double E into that, but obviously we can go ahead and do that like with the edit option. So yeah, previously it was a very weird W, but yeah, it basically rectified that. So you can do that again and again until you find your perfect logo design, okay? Alright guys, so now last but not least, we have a really important use case as well, which is film style images. Alright, so this could be a really cool one to end the video. So I'm going to type picture a film style image of a noir detective scene. The features include a trench-coated detective, a dimly lit alley, and a mysterious figure in the shadows. The setting is a rainy night in the city, and the mood is suspenseful with a monochrome color palette, alright? Let's select aspect ratio as widescreen for that. And yeah, let's just hit enter and wait for the output, how it's going to turn out. Alright, wow. So take a look at these images. These look really, really good. So we have a film style image of a noir detective scene. The features include a trench-coated detective, you guys can see. And then we have a dimly lit alley. Yeah, looks really, really good. And a mysterious figure in the shadows, right? The setting is a rainy night in the city, and the mood is suspenseful, right? You guys can see. And the second image, wow, this one turned out absolutely perfect, right, you guys? Alright guys, so there you have it. This was the exploration of the newly designed DALLE 3 with lots of good upgrades and features. So yeah, I hope you like this quick video on the new DALLE 3, and we're gonna go ahead and explore that time to time. We're gonna see more use cases into that, so stay tuned. So yeah, hope you like this video guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care, bye bye.